Hello, how you doing today? My name is Dean Wallace. What's your name and where you from?
My name is Malcolm Alexander. I grew up in PG County, Maryland. Now I live in South Jersey.
Okay. And I wanted to know, like, what is your stance on the legalization of marijuana? And do you feel like they should decriminalize the drug, and why or why not?
I believe that marijuana should be fully legal because the people that I know who's been arrested for marijuana has gotten absurd sentences just for like 2 bags of weed, and weed hasn't done anything to be demonized the way it has been. So it should be completely legal, and on top of that, people gonna smoke weed anyway.
And how do you feel about Colorado, DC, and California legalizing the drug for recreational use?
They get it. And besides, not only do the people who smoke marijuana benefit from it because they won't get in trouble for having it because it's legal, also it benefited their school systems because they get more taxes.
So, speaking of taxes, do you think that it should be taxed on a dispensary level?
I believe that marijuana should be taxed because at a dispensary level, it's a business and which can go commercial, and then all businesses have to pay taxes.
So, what about like if the drug is legalized? What about the advertisements? Do you think there should be advertisements for marijuana on TV or?
That's a tricky question to me. I don't. When you say advertisements on TV, then that'll question, well, should there be cigarette advertisements? And I don't believe there should be cigarette advertisements. But then there's alcohol advertisements. So it depends on how that will sway out with the rest of the population. I'm on the fence about that one.
Okay, how available should the drug be to the public?
I don't think I completely understand your question.
So, like, should the drug just be like at regular stores, in the malls, or like in Kroger, or should it be at drugstores or its own dispensaries and not like in the public eye as much?
I think they should be in their own dispensaries the way they are in like California and in Colorado. I don't believe that they should be in the eye of everyone because maybe some people don't really like marijuana as much as others do, and I wouldn't want to influence anybody's children on what to take in or what not to take in.
Okay. And do you think it should be recreational or only for people with prescriptions from written doctor's notes?
Recreational, because marijuana in itself is a medication to many people. They don't have a diagnosis, but they have a self-diagnosis and they know what helps them with it. So either way, it's medical. So recreational and medical should be fully legal.
And then to what extent should they decriminalize the drug? For example, like, should they allow the people who are already in jail for distributing marijuana to stay in jail, or?
Well, if they were only distributing marijuana, then yeah, they should be released. But some people who sell marijuana also sell other illegal substances that are at a higher grade. So, but if they were just the weed man and not the plug, then yeah, they should be free.
So what constitutes a higher weight?
A higher weight?
Like, for example, should people be allowed to purchase a pound from these dispensaries, or should they, like, should there be legal limits on how much you should buy?
That's a good question, because yeah, they should, because there's a legal limit on alcohol. We should keep things fair. We don't want to like step on anybody's toes.
Do you think that there should be mom and pop shops alone, like only in stores and regulated by the government and taxed, or do you think they should be able to sell it from friend to friend?
Well, once it becomes fully legal, it's just like any other thing. So if I was to buy nowadays, if I was to buy like some cookies from Kroger, and I was to sell them for like $1 each, I make that money, and as long as I tax after I get over a certain amount of money, then it's cool. So if it's fully legal and it's just a product that you can sell and trade on your own, you and yourself could become your own business, and it's best that you pay your taxes so you don't be in trouble for paying taxes.
So will legal weed laws actually be able to edge out the black market drug trade?
As far as marijuana goes, because if marijuana becomes legal, I don't think the violence inside of the fields that it may be, because if marijuana is legal, there may not even be like marijuana, like drug cartel inside of the U.S. at least.
After legalization, will more stoned drivers be on the road? Do we have adequate tools to keep this from happening?
Can you repeat the question?
After legalization, will more stoned drivers be on the road? Do you think we have the tools to keep this from happening?
There will definitely be more stoned drivers on the road. I can't say there won't. And can we stop this from happening? I mean, I guess you can go the same route with the how drinking and driving goes. Either way, is driving under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
So push commercials like that.
Okay. And will people be allowed to smoke in public? Or would they have to keep it in the confines of their own homes or in clubs and things like that? Like regulated areas such as, like, you cannot drink in public. Would you be able to smoke in public?
That's a question that I'm on the fence about, because when you're looking at marijuana, it's like marijuana is smoked and it's like alters your state. So it's smoked like cigarettes, but it will alter your state. Not the same as alcohol, but just to compare.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can smoke a cigarette in public, I do believe that you should be able to smoke a blunt in public.
Okay.
But if you can't drink your 40 ounce in public, or your Jack or whatever you want to drink on in public, I don't think that you should be able to smoke it anywhere in public. I think there should be like reserved spots for like people to smoke.
Okay.
Their marijuana.
And if pot is legal for adults, what constitutes adulthood? Like, meaning, like, what age requirements would there be for marijuana?
What age requirements would there be for marijuana? To purchase it on your own, 18, because that's just the age when you're on your own. Mm-hmm. Basically, when you become a legal adult, so you should be able to purchase marijuana at 18, because you could purchase tobacco products at 18.
Okay. And if pot is legal for adults, how will school and community prevention programs adapt their message to prevent kids from using it? So we ask that again?
Yeah.
So, like, if pot is legal for adults, right?
Right.
It's only 18 and above. How will the school prevention programs, like, key their messages towards the kids from using it? Like, how would they regulate who is allowed to use it?
They should, as far as that goes, you should just tell the kids the truth about marijuana, because I know coming up in school, they lied about marijuana. They made it seem like it was the worst thing on the planet. But I was growing up, and I was seeing my oldest brother smoke, and he was completely fine. So I'm like, I don't see why they're lying. And I never heard, and when you do your own research on it, then you open your eyes to it. But as far as trying to keep kids from smoking marijuana, it's just the same as like keeping them from trying to smoke cigarettes and keeping them from trying to smoke alcohol. It's been the same, even when they're legal or illegal substances. If it's illegal for that age group, it's going to be hard for them to keep them from indulging in such activities.
Okay. Do you think there will be a rise in cancer and other smoking-related diseases or memory loss and things like that? Because there are, like, side effects rumored to be.
Cancer is not one of them. Memory loss is based on person. But I do believe that there will be things that come with smoking marijuana, because it would definitely make people more chill. like more sedative, which is sort of a problem in the U.S. already. That would probably be the only downside of marijuana. But
Do you think there will be like a rise in laziness or in crime or anything of that nature?
I believe there'll be a rise in laziness, but a decline in crime.
Okay. Do you feel like there will be more jobs on the market?
More jobs, absolutely, because anybody can sell weed
Okay.
if it's legal.
Yeah, understood. Do you think that what about potential risks associated with highly potent cannabis edibles? Do you think like it'll be hard to differentiate what's on the shelves for kids and things like that? Like it could be mistaken for a regular cookie or a regular brownie or
Okay, so keep the regular bakeries and the marijuana bakeries completely separate. I mean, and then again, like I said, anybody can cook a weed brownie and sell it.
Are delivery services now legal through the state because of this, or is it still will be classified as trafficking?
When you say delivery services,
Like-
are you saying like you call into a dispensary and they bring it to you,
Yes.
or are you saying like I buy my weed and I'm driving home?
Delivery services like the first one.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Should it be delivery services? No, because I'm not for sure. I don't think you can get alcohol delivered to your home, nor
Understood.
cigarettes.
Yeah. And then is it perfectly legal to have like a marijuana party or a place where people can just smoke and have like a whole fest or?
Absolutely, they have bars.
Okay. And then can I now buy from a medical weed shop without a doctor's recommendation?
Well, sure. If it's specifically medical, like a pharmacy, well, no, you need a prescription to get anything from a pharmacy. But if it's just a regular weed shop, then sure.
Will you be able to bring weed on your carry-on, for example, if you're going on vacation, like fly with it?
That should be it should be prohibited from being smoked on the plane or in the airport. That's one thing, and two, it should be limited on how much you can bring. Nothing like.
So do you feel like employers should drug test for marijuana now that it will be legal?
No.
Okay. And as legal pot expands, will corporations turn the marijuana industry into a big tobacco 2.0? Do you feel like that?
Tobacco 2.0, as far as success?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it'll be more successful than tobacco.
Okay, but do you think that they'll add their additives or?
I mean, whether they try to add the additives or not, you can't stop a plant from growing. That's the big reason why marijuana should be legal in the first place. Once it grows, it's going to keep growing. That's why its nickname is weed.
Okay. Where will legal pot be grown? Outdoors or on commercial farms, inside confined growing spaces, or somewhere in between?
Well, I know for the states that it's legal, you can grow a certain amount of plants inside of your own home to a certain height. So it should be grown anywhere it seems fit to grow some marijuana. And I think there should be like marijuana farms, but not with like the additives like they do with tobacco farms.
Okay. So thank you very much. This has been a very exclusive interview with Malcolm on his takes on how he feels marijuana should be legalized. And thank you for coming out here, and I appreciate it.
Anytime.